Having your own life coach is a little like having a collection of personal development books that will actually listen to what you have to say. So, what are some of the actual benefits of having a life coach? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Leslie and I am a life coach based here in Brisbane, Australia. And one question I get asked a lot is how people can actually benefit from having a coach when there are so many resources available to support people who want to change something about their lives. And the truth is that there are a lot of resources around, but the only way to get a true personalized service is to work one-on-one with a coach. So here are 5 benefits of having your own life coach. Number 1, a life coach offers human interaction that a book can't provide. I stated in my intro that having a coach is like having self-help books that listen to you. And reading personal development materials is great. Now, you can find a lot of useful strategies in them that you can implement to become more confident or motivated or whatever the focus of the book is. But one thing the books cannot do is tailor their message to your personal context. Books can't listen and understand your specific challenges or the obstacles you are really facing or have already overcome. Mainly because they are inanimate objects, but also because in writing these books, an author has to appeal to a wider readership and not just you as an individual, even if they're focused on a particular niche. And the same can be said for things like podcasts. There are some great ones out there. Impact Theory, The Tim Ferriss Show, and heaps of others. And these can provide great ongoing support for you in your journey to a better life. But understanding your context is important, and responding to your personal needs is something that good coaches are trained to do. If you turn to people for support who just regurgitate information from books and podcasts and don't really listen to you, then they probably aren't going to be very helpful in getting you to where you want to be. One thing a good coach is skilled in doing is knowing the kinds of questions to ask you and how to use the information you provide to help you move to the next step of your personal development process. Number 2, a life coach can help you reach your goals faster and more efficiently. For example, my coaching packages start as 3-month blocks. That means that from the moment you sign a contract to the end of that 3-month period, important changes occur that will get you on track to living a more fulfilling life. Now, without a coach, it's pretty tough to design your own plan and commit to the stages that will get you to where you want to be. So you could easily spend the next 3 months or maybe even a few years just planning and worrying and researching and essentially end up stuck in the same place indefinitely. I like to think of it like a university semester, except that at the end of the 12 or 13-week period, you haven't just received course credits to use towards your degree, but instead you've actually put in a bunch of work and learned a bunch of skills to change the course of your life, which is a very rewarding feeling. Number 3, a life coach will hold you accountable. If you've worked together with your coach and created an action plan with due dates for each action step, your coach will check in with you to see how you are progressing with each stage of the process. And if you're not progressing, we're going to get to the bottom of it. A good coach will work with you to uncover the reasons that are halting your progress and see what you can do together to remove those barriers. It could be related to time management or confidence, or maybe even something else in your self-belief system that just needs a bit of adjusting. Number 4, A life coach can provide clarity about what you really want in your life. There's a lot of noise that can impact the way you think and feel about your situation, and a lot of different entities trying to tell you what you want or what you should want out of life. And talking with a coach can help cut through all of that noise and help you get down into the core of what will make your life as fulfilling as possible. And we do this by listening to you. For me, it's very important to understand your specific context in order to connect the dots between your words and your behaviors. There's so much in the words we use to communicate that reveals what is really going on inside our minds. And being able to act as a filter and then reflect that information back to you in a clearer form is one of the skills that an effective coach will draw upon in every session with you. Number 5, a life coach can provide real, meaningful encouragement. Because there's only so much #wisdom that social media posts can give you before it all seems a bit generic. That's not to say that I have a problem with motivational quotes or anything like that. Of course not. What I mean is that when you get saturated with these messages coming from sources that you don't really have a clear connection to or a relationship with, after a while it can all seem a bit empty. In contrast, having a coach means that you've formed a relationship with a person whose encouragement actually means something to you. Someone who will celebrate your victories with you. Someone who will remind you of what you have achieved when you have those moments where you just don't feel like you're good enough. And I'll tell you what, when I'm working with a client and I witness them having a breakthrough moment, it's such an amazing feeling for me also, and it makes me feel so thankful and honored for having been a part of it. I leave each session feeling inspired, and that creates this amazing, encouraging feedback loop that I just cherish. So, now you know what to do. I want you to imagine what your life will look like 3 months from now. Will you still be stuck in some area? Or will you have committed to getting the clarity, the accountability, the encouragement to get on track and stay on track to living a life that you truly adore? Go to my website, leslievcoaching.com, book a free 1-hour consultation wherever you are in the world, and let's talk about how we can work together to start making your life a masterpiece. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and share my videos with anyone you know who wants to live a more fulfilling life. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you next time.